What is up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It is I again, I'm back. Yeah, didn't really have much luck with watching Schmoedown matches last week. My new job is kind of killing me, and well, let's not talk about that because I don't want to talk about job. I want to talk about Schmoedown, and we have the first match in the Star Wars tournament of this season. Zack Burkett versus Adam Witt, and as you can see, I'm wearing my dungeon hoodie because, as I've mentioned in a very recent video, I got all of the Schmoedown faction hoodies except the stars for some reason, because I don't know what happened. I ordered all of them came except the one with the stars. Maybe I need to recheck my order or something like that. But in any case, even if I had the stars hoodie, I would probably still be wearing this, because I mean, I gotta root for Adam Witt at this point. Like, he's such a good Schmoedown player, he's such a good Star Wars player, he's such a great character in of itself, but he just can't pull off a win, and it's because he's always going up against, I'll say it, better competitors. And just, I want the guy to get a win, and maybe he's gonna get a win in this match. Although I doubt it, because I've been told Zack Burkett is, again, one of the Dragon Con players, one of the good ones, and I don't know, man. I'm pulling for my boy Adam Witt, but either ways, I will also be participating in the match, and yeah, gotta test my Star Wars knowledge because I got my own match coming up very soon, so more on that later. Anyways, Adam Witt versus Zack Burkett, round 1 of the Star Wars tournament. Here we go! Oh, and by the way, I have to mention this. I skipped the cutscene at the beginning because it has spoilers for the Throwdown event, which I've also missed. So,
hello everybody, welcome back to the movie Trivia Schmoedown. It is the beginning of the first Star Wars Division tournament. Last year, the Star Wars Division lit up the movie Trivia Schmoedown with the big tournament we did last year, of course, with Ace Cabrera winning that whole thing, becoming a megastar in the Star Wars Division. But Mark Ellis, since then, so much has happened in the Star Wars Division. So much, from all the new talent that we have coming in, from new contenders, new champions, if you will. So much happening in this division, and it all kicks off today in this new 8-person tournament. Very, very exciting stuff.
Christian, I don't know if you remember A New Hope all that well, but in between when the old dead wizard and then Chewie not getting his medal, there was a big explosion that happens from this thing called the Death Star. That is what last year's Star Wars tournament was like. It just went boom, and it illuminated the world to the greatness that is the movie Trivia Schmoedown Star Wars Division. And now we look to build even more, even further, even deeper into the trenches of, well, the Death Star and Star Wars lore, with competitors that are chomping at the bit to be this year's Andres Ace Cabrera, including Andres Ace Cabrera.
But any one of these competitors in this tournament, including Andres Ace Cabrera, can be, as you say, Andres Ace Cabrera, because every one of them has just, their knowledge is so deep, and today's match proves that. We're going to have a brand new competitor. We're going to have a brand new competitor from the Stars. He is the Attack, Zack Burkett. He is going to be making his debut. He is one of the Dragon Con players. He is a close friend of the former champion, Alex the Demon Damon, and he is a very, very highly touted competitor here. He's going up against Adam the Razor Witt, who a lot of people didn't think that he was going to be, that he would be the first choice to be in the tournament, right? You're like, well, it would probably most likely be Molly or maybe even Mara. But then you see what Adam Witt did against Thomas Harper. He pushed Thomas Harper. Thomas Harper had to play like the Thomas Harper we've heard about in order to beat Witt. Witt took him to the limit. And so Kaiser said, you know what? There's going to be another tournament down the line. I'm going to save my other competitors, John Hoey maybe as well. Witt's going to get the shot. Witt's going to give it. If Witt can get it done here today, it's possible. This by no means is like, oh, Zach's going to take this easily. Witt proved he is a dangerous, dangerous competitor.
There are no layups in a Star Wars Schmoedown tournament. And for Adam Witt, you know, for a franchise that is so harping on destiny constantly. The Razor just seems to not accept his fate of being close but no cigar, of being an also-ran, of being the modern era Schmoedown Buffalo Bills, of getting so close to a title or a win in the category of Star Wars. And he got even closer this year. He is so looking to get over the hump. And what better time to do it than when he could advance in a Star Wars tournament, but standing in his way. The attack is a force of nature. That's not just a Magic the Gathering green card from a bygone era. That is the perfect description of who this kid is, because when he steps onto a Star Wars trivia court, you better look out.
Well, let's see exactly how much this means to both factions, how much it means to the players. We got a build-up. We got a Nerd Chronic promo. Here we go.
Witt was the fourth member of Jabba's dancing group in 480Y. This is Lin May.
And he beat Alex Damon.
I'm ready to bring somebody onto our team and who is going to lock in the fact that we are keeping this Star Wars belt. And that is Zack Burkett, who is coming to the start.
Many of you may not be familiar with me. That's about to change.
This is Zach. He's my good friend. So if I'm going to lose to someone, at least I lost to a friend.
Between Alex Damon and Zack Burkett, the Stars are gunning for that belt on two different fronts. And we're doing it at light speed.
If you don't know, Alex and Zach are very close. They live in the same town in Atlanta. They are good friends. Roxy didn't need to know anything about DragonCon players or watch anything for Alex to say, look, that's your guy.
Another DragonCon player? I thought we fumigated. Are these guys multiplying? Did somebody feed them after midnight or get them wet? It won't matter after this, once I expose this gremlin to my sunlight.
Adam Witt put up one hell of a fight.
This guy loves playing. Collectively 0-6 now in the Schmoedown, and he played amazing in this match.
First of all, we don't say someone with Adam Witt's reputation is 0-6. This man has 6 professional fights to his name. Right, that's what he said.
He almost beat Tugboat Tommy. Y'all saw what went down there. Now, Zippy Burkett, Adam Witt is going to take you to school. You're not driving school because you're not old enough.
I've been watching my fellow DragonCon players compete, and they've all performed admirably, but they were wise to save the best for last.
Look, Marie is a great player. I mean, no disrespect, she won DragonCon this year, but I think Zach, his body of work is more consistent.
And I discovered that I just have this knack and this passion for Star Wars trivia, and I feel like in a way I've been training my whole life for this, and I just feel like it's destiny.
No worries, I just got some catching up to do is all. You know who else came late? A local boy named Anakin Skywalker. Not only was he a late entry in the Boonty pod race, but his engine stalled. He finished first place, beat Sebulba, won his freedom, and brought hope to those who had none. And that's what I'm here to do.
And kill
The
the bunch
greatest
of Tusken
DragonCon
Raiders.
player and how he slipped so far to me in the draft is the steal of the draft. Nothing against that other guy, but today should be a cakewalk.
After coming 2 one-point questions away from taking Thomas Harper to overtime, I've decided to brush up on my one-pointers. What's Jabba's middle name?
It's gonna happen that I'm gonna win. At luck of the draw, I'm going to get someone I can beat. I just keep playing people that are really hard to beat.
Adam Witt will get his first win today. Adam Witt will prove why he belongs in the Schmoedown as one of the greatest Star Wars competitors this game has to offer.
Zack Burkett is a star. Y'all about to see what he can do.
I've been waiting patiently in the shadows, plotting my first move. But now the time has come to attack.
Who said, good luck, you're gonna need it? I did.
And that's exactly what I was talking about, because Roxy knows how important this is to her. Of course, she has the big title match coming up with Alex Damon and Dimolanta. That could be a big 7 points for her should Alex take the title back. But she needs to build points. She needs to, the season not going the way that she wanted it. She knows she needs some wins here, and she is putting it on Zack here to get some points, to win some points, because if he can get far enough, if he can get to that title shot, then that's and Alex Damon can win, because the managers, they bypassed that whole, well, you can't play if you're in the same division thing. The managers wanted to do it. You get a number one contender shot, you play, and your competitor, your teammate is the champion. Well, you get it. Same thing with the tournament. If Alex Damon is the champion, Zack Burkett wins the tournament, well, they'll play each other. That's how it's going to go. But Zack has to beat Adam Witt in order to get there in the first place.
That's right, and Zack Attack might have to be friends forever with Roxy Stryer to get that accomplished, because you know that Adam and his manager Kaiser are going to be looking at this rookie saying he can't handle the pressure of a tournament right now. They're going to be looking for any sort of challenge, any sort of steal opportunity, possibly in round number 2. And for the Attack, it's just a matter of focusing on the game in front of him and not the jokes that his manager is levying in the private chat.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, before we get started and bring in our competitors, also a reminder that every Tuesday for patrons, that's tomorrow for you guys, for everybody else, Tuesdays, the First Class League. They've been up and running and moving, and great matches have been happening every Tuesday at 3 p.m. PST, live matches. The future Schmoedown stars of tomorrow playing in the First Class League. Head on over there, check it out, follow us over on Twitch, and then it airs on Schmoedown Extras on the YouTube channel. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Ellis, are you ready?
What's my name?
Lewis.
Still got a sub left.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first, representing the Stars, making his Schmoedown debut. This is the Attack, Zack Burkett. Zack Burkett, the Attack, has made his way to the movie trivia Schmoedown. I know how close you and Alex Damon are, Molly, and so the conversations, getting to the Schmoedown and finally getting the match. Tell me, how has it been kind of leading up to this moment?
I feel as if I've been training my whole life for this. To be here right now is the opportunity of a lifetime for me. You know, win or lose, I'm here to have fun, and not that I'm going to lose. I'm here to be the next Andres Ace Cabrera. I'm going to earn my place among the stars.
You know, one could be forgiven for assuming that you're broadcasting from Christian's boyhood bedroom with the Terminator and Rocky 3 poster there in the background, but like Christian, I know that you have been a lifelong Star Wars fan and also a rabid consumer of its trivia. How do you prepare for a match like this versus how you might prepare for a live event like a Dragon Con situation? Is it all the same to you, or any sort of wrinkles?
It's different because with Dragon Con, it's everything, all the canon, all the books, novels, everything. So it was less material. I mean, Dragon Con is harder than this. It's more to cover. Dragon Con is everything in the Schmoedown and more. So this is, it really narrowed it down, and so I was able to hone in and focus, and just the movies, which I know like the back of my hand. So I'm not worried about it.
Should be a walk in the park, Christian.
Well, we'll see. Bold words. So we'll have to see if before someone who has not maybe found it as easy is Adam Witt. At the moment, we've seen he's been in some scraps, he's been in some battles, has not yet gotten the win, but you saw what he did against Harper. How do you feel going up against somebody like Adam Witt?
So yeah, I definitely I respect Witt. I know how he did against Harper, and anyone who gives Harper a run for his money, has my respect. So I'm not gonna underestimate Witt. I'm not gonna let my guard down, but also I know I can beat him, and he's just, I'm gonna plow through him and everybody else in this tournament to get to the end.
All right, well, thank you. Good luck to you, sir, and we'll see you in just a moment. And his opponent, representing the Dungeon, with a record of 0-1. Witt. Adam, look, first question, man. Like, we know that, as I said up top, I know that the love you've already been getting from the fans with how you played against Thomas Harper, the respect that you've gotten from your faction. Were you surprised when Kaiser gave you the call to say, hey, we want you to rep the dungeon here in the first 8-person tournament?
Absolutely. When I got drafted to the dungeon, I was like, oh, the one thing they don't need is a Star Wars competitor. You got Molly, you got John, and you got Mara. I mean, you got Bateman's claiming that he can play too. So we essentially have 4 or 5 Star Wars players. I was like, there's no way they're going to need me at all this season. I was shocked I got to play against Harper. And then I was shocked that they didn't put me up against someone like Alex Damon here, because they put me up against Harper. So, I'm excited about this. I never thought I'd play Star Wars to begin with, frankly, even last season, just because there were so few people at the time. So, yeah, the fact that I could spend an afternoon here shooting around Star Wars trivia and talking about this nonsense with you guys and taking it seriously, that's a great Friday for me.
Adam, you know a lot about Star Wars and a little bit about sports and how that works as well. And so this feels a little bit like March Madness, just a month or two later. Do you feel like you're the Cinderella story of this tournament, or do you see yourself as the favorite and the one to beat?
I'm absolutely Cinderella's story of this whole thing, because I put in my time, I've gotten better at the gameplay aspects. Obviously, I know Star Wars. That's been in my blood since I was a little kid. Some of the questions, like, I'm shocked when someone misses 88, because I'm like, I played with that action figure in like 1983. So I think this stuff's just completely in my blood, and now I've got some of the gameplay aspects down. I only lost by 2 1-point questions, or I only failed to tie Harper by 2 1-point questions. So, that doesn't leave you that game going, geez, how do I prepare for this? 2 1-point questions, that's basic gameplay stuff.
Well, so last question for you here. When we get to Zach, this is another one of the Dragon Con players. We've seen so far what Marie Wilson did. We see what Thomas Harper has done. So, and this is the other competitor here. This is his first match. Do you think you hold an advantage from the experience? Is there any other game tape you've seen of him, and the fact that he said that this is Schmoedown's a cakewalk?
I thought of this just exactly the same as preparing for Harper. I'm prepared for the exact same type of player that I played in Harper, because I don't know anything about Dragon Con. I just know the Star Wars movies, and I know the movie trivia Schmoedown matches, but I don't know Dragon Con, and I just have been told these guys are fierce, incredible competitors, which of course was true with Harper. So I'm facing this the same way. It's like playing Harper again, and that's my goal too, is to get past this kid and hopefully meet up with Harper again in the finals. That'd be a great rematch. So if I can beat Zach, then I feel maybe I can beat Harper. They're both Dragon Con, incredible competitors.
All right, well, thank you.
Zack Burkett's first rules. Quite an exciting moment for the young man.
You'll never forget your first.
Works like this. 10 questions. Yes, it is Star Wars. It is the Star Wars tournament. 10 questions in round number 1. Each query is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing, at least not in round number 1. As soon as we ask the question, you have 15 seconds to get that knowledge from your cranium, through your hand, into whatever pen, and onto whatever writing surface you prefer. Once we ask you by name or nickname, please show what you wrote to your camera at the same time you verbalize your attempt into the microphone. Each competitor has 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. Not sure you heard a question right. You want to use another 15 seconds, use a JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge. You can utilize it at any point throughout the 3-round match. We'll bring in your manager. You may delineate to your heart's content. We'll hear the arguments, and then Christian and I will ultimately rule on said challenge. All right, Christian, both competitors set. They appear to be practicing writing. They are about to hear a question about time, I believe.
Let's find out what kind of time we're looking for. Adam Witt, are you ready?
So the answer you're looking for is Zuckus? Oh, we haven't started yet. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm ready. Ready to go.
And Zach?
Without a doubt. Let's go.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! Round number 1. Question number 1. We're going to start with Rogue One. In Rogue One, Lord Vader has built a fortress on which planet?
I built a fort one time in the woods.
Was it last week?
2 weeks ago. Why?
Close on. Just that's like you. 5, 4, 3. I'm not judging. 2, 1. Hands down, please. And Adam Witt.
Mustafar.
It is. Zach.
Mustafar.
And Kid gets his first question right in the movie Trivia Schmoedown. Here is question number 2.
Or as they say where Roxy's from, Mustafa. Your next question. In the category of mixed bag. Roll up the sleeves, reach our hand and see what comes out. In The Force Awakens, what is the name of Chewbacca's weapon that Han Solo uses and likes?
I like the fact that we throw in and likes.
But I mean, it's clear.
Yeah, it's true. I like
Has
that.
he never used it
and I
before
like that
that
he liked
movie?
Oh, thank you.
I find
5,
that hard to believe.
4, 3. Thank you so much. 2, 1. I appreciate it, Mark. And pens down, please. Zach.
The
Is a
bowcaster.
Wookiee bowcaster?
It is. And Adam.
Bowcaster.
Yes. All right. 2-2. And here's question number 3. Question number 3. The Rise of Skywalker. In The Rise of Skywalker, while playing holo chess at the beginning of the film, how old does Poe say Chewbacca is?
I just love that image of like going to like a Bass Pro Shops. Hey, do y'all have any Wookiee bowcasters? Nah, we just got regular human bow.
Just regular.
You got some Ewok bowcaster.
5, 4,
That's a good question,
3,
though.
2, 1. Pens down, please. Hands up, and we start with Adam Witt.
250?
Yes.
10? Okay,
Zach.
okay.
250.
Tie game.
Guess I should have done my
3-3.
math
And we
better.
get to our next question. Question number 4.
And that is in the category of planets and locations. And the question, in Return of the Jedi, what is the second planet seen celebrating the destruction of the Empire?
Is counting Endor? Or can I ask that? Is that allowed?
Cannot ask that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, please. Pens down, so they got to stop right there. And we start with Zach. Excuse me.
I said
Tatooine?
Bespin because I was counting Endor, which technically is seen first. But in the... Sorry.
Technically,
That
it's
is
seen
incorrect.
last.
And
It's seen last.
Adam,
Tatooine.
that is correct.
Can I challenge?
Ken. So we're gonna bring in Roxy. All right. So you guys can first.
Zach.
Don't worry, Adam. You have a counter afterwards. Go ahead.
Zach, from what I'm understanding from you, you're saying we technically see Endor first, then we see Tatooine, and then we see...
Well, no. So the whole sequence begins on Endor, and we see X-wings flying overhead, putting off fireworks, which is celebratory, right? And then the montage starts, which then shows Bespin first, then Tatooine, look,
Okay.
et cetera. But it all starts. The first place we technically see celebrating is Endor before the montage begins.
So is your argument that your answer is also correct, or are you arguing that both, depending on the question?
He's saying that because you see Endor first, it is that technically Bespin.
That is the answer.
That he's saying Bespin is the answer. All right, and so I'm going to have Adam and Kaiser for the counter.
The counter argument is we've been on Endor the entire time. So the assumption is in that question that you are now going to see other planets celebrating, and there is a sequence of those planets, and therefore I answered Tatooine, which is the second planet seen celebrating.
All right.
After we've been on Endor for
Christian,
an hour.
at Puff the Magic Dragon Con, maybe this challenge flies, but I don't know how it goes here.
We're going to go to challenge. We're going to call right back, and we'll see you in a moment.
I don't think it's a good challenge. I mean, after the Marie Wilson and Sean Sullivan thing, they said Bespin was the first, and they both got it wrong. So that's why I think...
And we are back after deliberating with the 3 judges. And Mark, please go ahead.
That's right. After conferring with both Christian Harloff and PJ Campbell, Adam Witt made the point that the question was assuming that it was the second place that you saw after Endor. And while I do not agree with questions being assumptive, we cannot give a point to the attack simply because Endor technically is not a planet that was the sanctuary moon that was celebrating. And then we move on. It's a very tough ruling. I just consider it a forest planet, but unfortunately, technicalities do tend to sway one way or the other in Star Wars, thus the case here. And so it's a tough break, but it was a worthy challenge in my opinion. Unfortunately, it will not be upheld, and the points will remain as originally ruled.
All right.
That's
So
a-
now we're
that's a
going to
great
continue
ruling.
the
I
match
love
here
it.
with Witt being up 1 point here, 4-3, as we get to the next question here. Next question. This is in the realm of who said it? Who said
I
it?
did.
Back to the Rise of Skywalker. Which character says the line, always in the shadows, from the very beginning?
It's a very tough challenge there, Christian, but I feel a worthy one, and it does prove that Attack knows how to play this game.
Repeat the question.
5-4. Oh, okay, here is the first one. Here is the first one from Adam Witt. Okay. In The Rise of Skywalker, which character says the line, always in the shadows, from the very beginning?
I think I got it, but I'm not 100% sure
Hoping
on
Roxy
it.
Schreier was joking. She wrote in the chat.
No,
It's called a
I've done
private
research on
chat
it.
for a reason,
Close,
you
but it's
know.
2, 1. Pens down, please hands up. And we start now with Adam Witt.
Palpatine?
That's incorrect. Zach.
Leia Organa.
It's correct. Tie game. So
I wasn't-
4-4.
I wasn't
We're back to it being
100%
tied,
confident
and
in
now
my
we get
answer.
to our next
I
question.
only saw
Question
Rise of
6.
Skywalker
not even
twice.
halfway through
You
round
watched
one,
it
and
again.
already wild momentum swings in this tournament. The next question is in the category of The Last Jedi. What does Luke keep stored in the Unity tree that is near the Jedi Temple on Ahch-To?
You can see how much is at stake with every little thing just meaning so much here.
That's what we've wrought.
4, we have 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please, hands up, and we start with Zach.
The ancient Jedi
sacred,
texts.
The sacred
Yes,
Jedi
Adam Witt.
text.
Sacred Jedi texts.
Yes. All right, 5-5 as we get to
I
our
would've
next question. This is
sacred over
question
ancient,
7,
but
and it's in the
whatever.
category of heroes and villains. In The Last Jedi, what is the name of the captain of the Fulminatrix?
Is anything ancient that isn't sacred, Christian? Is the question? Is there any ancient artifact that's like, nah, it's just there?
I was going to say my mother-in-law, but I don't know. 5, 4.
You did.
3.
We all heard it.
2, 1. Should never watch this. Pens down, and now we start with Adam Witt.
Captain Kennedy?
Yes, and
I wrote Kennedy with a
Zach.
K, but whatever.
Captain Kennedy.
yes. Okay, 6-6, 6-6, and now we get to our next question.
That's right. It's in the category of Attack of the Clones, Episode 2. And the question for a point. In the film Attack of the Clones, what character is played by Veronica Segura? And I don't know if Christian's mother-in-law watches regularly, but I do get Facebook messages from her, and I appreciate them.
Me too. And
Repeat the question.
second one.
All right, so in the category of Attack of the Clones, in the film Attack of the Clones, what character is played by Veronica Segura? One difference between playing here and Dragon Con, Christian, is at Dragon Con you don't have the two Muppet judges cracking jokes in between.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Pens down, please. And we start with Zach.
Sam Wessel?
Luminara Unduli.
That's incorrect. Witt,
Lama Su?
also incorrect.
Looking for Cordy?
Corday.
I had
Corday?
Corday and changed it to Sam
We'll get there.
Wessel for some reason.
Okay,
Why
so
did
this
I change
is
my
number
answer?
9. Question 9. Solo. Who are said to be competing for resources, food, medicine, and hyperfuel, according to the opening text of Solo? Remember this one
Wait,
from
I need the specific.
this one caused some stuff.
It seems like if the actual movie's controversial, it's going to lead to more controversial questions.
That's right. 5, 4, 3,
I like the movie.
2, 1. Pens down, please. And Adam Witt.
Scrum Rats?
It's incorrect. Zach.
Crime syndicates.
That's correct.
Yeah, that
So
was
Zach
the one.
takes the lead here, 7-6, as we get to our final question in round number 1. Tough one here
This is a
in
tough
the
round.
first round of the tournament, first match.
That's right, and Adam's manager knows a little something about crime syndicates, I'm sure. Your next question is in the category of vehicles, weapons, and technology. And it is, In the Clone Wars, what type of cables do the clones use to try and get up to the abandoned monastery on Teth? You still have cable at the Harloff residence, or are you just borrowing mine?
Yeah, my wife won't let us get rid of it. It's strange. 5.
I have DirecTV.
4, and she watches weather. 3, 2, 1. Old lady, pens down, please. Pens down, please. And we start with Zach.
I just had grapple hooks.
Ascension cables.
That's it. And Adam.
Yeah, ascension cables.
Got it. All right. So now we get to the next round. Here we go, Mark. It is the end of round number 1, where we see Zack Burkett 8 to Adam Witt 7. All right, here we go. What is the rules of round number 2?
Which family member will Harloff publicly flog next? Round number 2 is the wheel round. The wheel of fate, doom, and indeed justice / for Star Wars fans, destiny. Each competitor gets a spin at the wheel. It's virtual. You'll spin it with your mind. Once you settle on a category, you're going to hear 5 questions from that particular round. The questions are asked to you and only you. Each question is worth 2 points. However, stealing is available in round number 2. So should a competitor miss the question who was originally asked it, your opponent may field a guess. So if you're not sure, you can ask us multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question recedes from 2 points to 1. So we see a back and forth matchup here, Christian, and it finally settled in round number 1 with an impressive first round performance from Zach. Attack, Zach. Zach, you attack the wheel first, or you may defer to your opponent. What feels lucky to you?
We did talk about this, and given the chance, we will attack the wheel first.
Roxy, 60 seconds starting now.
Zach, I need you to know that I was today years old when I learned that the moon was not a planet. So that's where we're at on my end right now. I am so proud and impressed with what you are doing right now. I know you. I know right now you're in logistics land. You're in your head about that and how the numbers was it second, third. I don't care about round 1. You're doing an incredible job. We are here to play round 2 right now. That is what's in front of us. We are here to spin this wheel, see what we get, and answer every single question on the table. You've got all your JTEs. You've got a lot going for you here. This is your match to win. I know it. So let's spin the wheel and see what we do.
And here's the spin.
So you all knew the moon thing? That's not a planet?
Yeah. I used to work for NASA in the janitorial department, and yes, round and round it goes. We're going to have our great technician, Courtney, confirm with us once the wheel settles before we announce the category. And it does appear, Christian, it's Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars. All right. So 60 seconds to decide. Starting now.
Zach, what I'm thinking is that if this is what we end up on, no worries at all. But how are you feeling? Are you looking to stay here? Are you looking to respin? What are you thinking?
I agree. If we spin again and end up here, that's fine, but I would like to spin again just to see if I can get something different.
Yeah, let's see what we got, but no matter what, keep your head in the game. There's not a single slice on here. That means that you can't get every single question. I know that based on everything we've been doing. So let's spin again, but it doesn't really matter where we end up.
Yep.
All right, here's the spin.
There it is.
Keep your head in this game, Zach, no matter what. Give yourself all the time that you need.
Oh, the rise of Skywalker.
And it settles on the rise of Skywalker.
Love this for you. You know the journey we've been on. Let's do this, Zach. You got it.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pay attention. Listen to the questions. Don't overthink.
All right, Adam Witt is back. And Zach, you get 5 questions in the realm of Rise of Skywalker. Are you ready?
Ready.
Here we go.
Oh, I don't need to write this. Sorry. I'm having my board ready.
You can't get away from this. What is the name of the moon that the Resistance is hiding on throughout the film?
Agent Kloss.
That is correct. 2 points. Who informs Poe and his team that Leia has passed away when they return to Agent Kloss?
Speaking of that place,
it is Commander Dacey.
That is correct. For 2 more points. All right, here is the 3rd question. Jannah tells Finn she was originally known as a stormtrooper, much like him, that went by which operating number?
What are these questions?
PZ-1719.
That's correct for 2 more points.
Definitely
big round here so far for Zach. And here is question number 4. Question number 4. Okay. What type of horse-like creature do Jenna and her group tame and ride on Kef Beer?
Warbacks.
4 points. And your final question. Question 5. What class of Star Destroyer is the one to bring destruction to Kajimi?
Zeiston class.
2 more points. And Zach absolutely attacks that round. Going perfect, 18-7 right now. Very, very happy as he should be there. We're going to remove Zach and bring in Kaiser. All right, Kaiser, you got 60 seconds.
Bossy Stryer. You sent a boy wonder to do a man's job. Don't you read Batman? That doesn't ever end well, okay? But since it is Bring Your Kid to Work Day in the Schmoedown, Zach seems like a nice guy. I don't know why he hangs out with those thugs and Draco and Snyder, the car thief, but he seems like an all right guy. Witt, what's going on with you right now, man? How you feeling?
I'm just I'm excited for everything on the wheel. I'm ready to knock this out. I'm so excited. I went perfect in my last match. I'm ready to do that again. This doesn't scare me. You
This
think this
wheel
scares
loves
me?
us.
This doesn't
This wheel
scare me.
loves
We've
us.
done the math. We've done the math on this game.
Yeah, I think the wheel, this is a sexy wheel, as Roxy would say. I think it's looking good for us, so let's give it a whirl.
I would take this wheel out for a dinner. And
Yeah, maybe a glass of cheap wine.
2 gimmick infringements there by Kaiser as we spin the wheel. And around.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I get the 1 infringement. What's the second one?
World Girls.
Oh, I didn't even think about it. I don't even know what that means.
I know, so you're not a businessman.
The wheel is also spinning, and it is settling on The Last Jedi, Episode 8.
Last Jedi.
All right, The Last Jedi, 60 seconds to decide, starting now.
I like Last Jedi.
I like Last Jedi a lot.
I like Last Jedi.
We talked about this, right?
Do you like calendars? Roxy sells them out of the trunk of her car.
I do like calendars. Yeah. I like trunks of cars. I like The Last Jedi. I like you. I like the hosts. I can't compliment enough. I can't compliment this wheel enough. Let's go for it.
All right, so now Adam Witt has chosen The Last Jedi here in his wheel spin, so he's going to get 5 questions, Mark, in the realm of The Last Jedi.
That's right. This is not the remake of The Last Jedi, the original film in canon. And for 2 points, your first of 5 questions, Mr. Witt, the Razor. What type of creatures were used for racing purposes on Canto Bight?
Fathiars. That's so eloquently said in that stupid book that I sat.
Is that Darth Vader breathing?
5.
Fathiers.
That is correct for 2 points. And your next question. Before stunning Finn, Rose said that she had to stun how many people who were trying to jump ship?
13.
5.
2.
That is incorrect. So for a 2-point steal, we pivot to attack Zach. The question, before stunning Finn, Rose said that she had to stun how many people who were trying to jump ship?
3 people.
You might as well jump unless you want to get stunned. And that is correct for a huge 2-point steal. It's now 20-9. All right, Adam, so your third question in the category of The Last Jedi. A Resistance hero from the planet of Pipit 3, Tali Lintro, was the leader of what Resistance squadron?
It was the one led by Poe. It was the bombing squad, but what is their name? Go
5.
multiple with.
Blue.
Blue is correct for a big 2-point answer. That cuts the lead to 9 with 2 questions remaining in round number 2 for Witt. And your penultimate question in the category of The Last Jedi. What did Leia give to Rey so that she could find her way back to the Resistance?
Technically, that was in The Force Awakens, but
5.
A cloaked binary beacon.
That is exactly what it says here, and that is a correct answer for 2 more points. Witt trying to kick it in here and make it a ball game going into round 3. Your final question for 2 more points in the category of The Last Jedi. This could cut the lead to 5. In Episode 8, The Last Jedi, we meet a new black droid similar design to BB-8. What is its name?
You have hands up from both competitors, please.
BB-9A?
BB-9E.
Needed that extra letter, and you got it for 2 gigantic
I
points.
was
And so,
so
Christian,
close.
quite a steal in his debut here in the Schmoedown and Star Wars division as well for Zack Burkett. He finds himself with a 5-point lead, but Witt showing a lot of fight, a lot of grit that we've known he's had in him, and he makes it quite the contest as he trails by 5 going into the last round.
Mark, let's get the rules of round number 3.
Your wish is my command. Round number 3, this is the round that will determine the match. Unless we go to sudden death overtime, which tends to happen around these Star Wars Galaxy questions. Your first question's worth 2 points in round number 3. Your next question's worth 3. Your final question's worth 5 points. How do we get the questions? What categories do they come from? Well, that's where our competitors come in. Each one is going to give us 3 numbers. These numbers may range from 1 to 20. You may not pick the same integers as your opponent because each numeral corresponds to a different corner of Star Wars mystery. So because Zack Burkett has quite the impressive 5-point lead, it is up to the attack to give us his 3 destined numbers first. From 1 to 20, Zack, what feels lucky?
I'm getting sexy vibes from the numbers 4, 8, and 12.
4 and 12.
4, 8, and 12 from Zach, and from Adam.
19, 20, and 1.
19, 20, and 1. All right, Roxy, 60 seconds starting now.
Sexiest of numbers. You got the sexy vibes. I was putting out the sexy vibes. You picked it up. You are doing so incredible right now. But just remember that this is still anybody's game. So I love that we have this 5-point lead. That is awesome. But it doesn't mean anything until the W's in our hands. So make sure you take your time on these. You use your JTEs if you need to. Right now, even the second you know the answer, just make sure that that is what is right. Take the time that you need to make sure that we bring this W home because anything can happen in these final rounds. So no getting cocky. I know that you've got this. I have all the confidence in the world in you, but just make sure you hit that 2, the 3, and the 5. You've done it every time. So you've got this. I believe in you in sexiest numbers I've seen in a long time, a while.
All right, thank you. All right, we're going to remove
Attack, baby, attack!
thing in the dungeon. All right, 60 seconds, guys. They're starting now.
Zack the attack. What, I don't even. Come on, what are we in 4th grade? I like what Alice said about you. You're Witt the grit, and it's time for you to show some grit now. You need to hone in. You need to focus up. He misses a 5. You hit a 5. You're going into overtime. So you got to nail all these questions. Wipe the slate queen, baby. Wipe that slate clean, baby, and do what you do best. Okay? I'm proud of you. You're the man for this tournament. The dungeon's pulling for you. All the Force ghosts are pulling for you. Let's do it.
Right on. Awesome. Thank you. Fantastic.
All right, so our competitors are here, and we are going to start with Adam Witt, who's going to try to avoid the TKO here. Adam Witt, you chose category 19. Category 19.
Christian, that corresponds to the category of Solo, a Star Wars story. And Adam Witt can cut the lead to 3 with a correct answer here. The question, on what planet does Solo, a Star Wars story open?
Corellia. Wait.
Five.
Corellia.
That is correct for 2 points. And with this next possible correct answer, Christian, Adam Witt could tie the lead that Burkett has. And he selected number 20. So Barry Sanders' number corresponds to the category of vehicles, weapons, and technology. And the question for the tie. What is the common name of the rebel ship used to ram an Imperial Star Destroyer in Rogue One?
The common name is Hammerhead.
Hands up, Adam.
No, Hammerhead ships.
5.
Hammerhead Corvette.
That's probably the coolest sounding vehicle next to Ford
a good
Fusion
one, right?
ever. That is correct, and we
I
are now
didn't say
tied
Corvette,
at the
so-
top. And so now
did say
we will
Hammerhead,
pivot
so I
over.
clearly knew
Super
the
important there
direction,
too,
but
because
the
with
model.
that takes away the TKO, and now it is tied up in order for Burkett to try to bounce it back to Adam Witt,
Let's
but
go
Witt
for
has
you.
gotten out of that -1 range.
And Christian, it echoes the sentiment that we had of Adam Witt last match as well. The guy never gives up, but now it is up to Zack Burkett to improve upon this tie with a 2-point lead. He selected number 4 for his 2-point question. That corresponds to a little film that I love called Return of the Jedi. And your question: to regain the lead, in Return of the Jedi, who greets Luke after 2 Gamorrean guards are choked out at Jabba's palace?
Hey, Wanawanga, be Fortuna.
Wasn't much of a greeting, but it was Bib Fortuna, and that is correct. It is a 2-point lead, and Christian, we find ourselves now back to Adam Witt, and he's got to have this next one.
Adam Witt now has the 5-pointer. If he hits it, then he bounces it back to Zack Burkett, who needs to then start answering questions to win the game. However, if he misses, then Zack Burkett and the Stars will pick up 3 points and advance to the next round.
All right, so Adam Witt chose number 1 for his 5-point question. It was Warren Moon's number, not Warren Planet. And your question for a 3-point lead: aside from Stardust, name 3 and only 3 of the 6 other project code names that Jin reads off while in the data vault on Scarif.
That's one you really have to pay attention to what they're saying. Type of question.
Stellar Sphere, Cluster Prism, and Mark Omega.
An incredible answer that is correct for 5 points. Adam Witt hangs in, and now, Christian, he's got a 3-point lead for those 3 code names he knew.
All right, super impressive there. Big 5 points, big 5 points. And now we see ourselves at 25, 22, 25, 22. And now, in order to tie the game here, Zack Burkett has to hit his 3-point question.
That's right, Zach. It is in the category of A New Hope, as you selected number 8. That is Cal Ripken's number, doubling the episode number, episode 4.
As they planned. As Lucas planned.
Just like we drew it up. Your question: to tie the Razor's lead for 3 points, in Star Wars A New Hope, the opening crawl mentions that Leia is the custodian of the stolen plans that can save her people and restore what to the galaxy?
Freedom.
We got a tied ball game, Christian.
It is tied up 25-25. So here is where we stand. Either Zack Burkett could win the match here and advance should he hit his 5-pointer. However, if he misses it, we will see ourselves in sudden death. Mark, he chose category 12.
That he did. And category 12, Jim Kelly's number, corresponds to our category in Star Wars of Who Said It? These are Star Wars quotes. And your question for 5 points and your first win in the Schmoedown. What prequel character said, "In time, the suffering of your people will persuade you to see our point of view"?
New
Gunray.
And your winner, advancing to the next round, the Attack, Zack Burkett! Zack Burkett takes the victory in another hard-fought battle by Adam the Razor Witt. He does it again, fighting, scrapping, clawing, getting all the way there, but Zack Burkett hits that 5-point question and takes the win. Congratulations to both Zach and Roxy. You will advance to see the winner of Gold Leader and Marie Wilson. All right, going to drop them out in just a moment as they will be talking to Jen Sturger. Mark, that was an impressive win by Zach because it was a bumpy first round. But after that bumpy first round and maybe the nervous jitters were gone, he seemed to get himself into a groove. He didn't fade after that. And even maybe after that challenge, he bounced back into it. And good debut by the Attack.
To a point, I agree with you. It was a very tough first round, a rough break for him with that challenge. But I'll also say that he played this game like a seasoned veteran, knowing that he had a challenge. It was a very challengeable question. He utilized it, didn't get the ruling he wanted, but he soldiered on, and it only increased his focus. And when you look at what he did in round number 2, I feel like that was the real Zack Burkett that we saw, crushing that category of the Rise of Skywalker. Adam Witt, what can you say about the guy other than it doesn't matter who his opponent is, he is giving them a game. He is pushing them to the wire. Could be an all-time champion, could be somebody who's never played before. Adam Witt is never out of a Schmoedown contest. Enough have not broken his way, but I think that's only a matter of time. Not what he wanted to hear at the end of this match, but for Adam Witt, yet again, another very game effort.
All right, so with that, we are standing by with Roxy Striar, who definitely needed this win here today. You know she's going to be super excited. Standing by with the Attack, Zack Burkett. Jen?
Congratulations, Roxy. Always good to see you on this side of the winner's circle. You got to be feeling pretty good about your boy Zach's performance today.
You know, I think that what's funny is that I'm really impressed by the entire match, even the first part of the match, because Christian said that it was a rocky start, but he got 8 of 10 points. And yes, the challenge didn't go the way that we wanted it to, but I was even impressed that he wanted to fight for himself. A lot of rookies coming into this don't even know when to fight for themselves. And honestly, the real loser of the match today is me after all of the heat I'm going to get on the internet for not knowing the difference between a moon and a planet. So,
Roxy, to be fair, I had to Google it myself. So we're in the same boat, sister. And I feel like I'm pretty well informed with like my solar system, knowledge.
I'm shook about that, but that's astrology, astronomy, whatever it is class. I have to take a different time. For today, luckily, that's not what I have to do. I have to manage the movie Trivia Schmoedown, and I get to manage people like Zach, who really was on the attack the entire time. I was so impressed by what he was able to do, and I think that people are going to realize what kind of competitor he really is. This is our tournament for the taking, and we plan on taking down anybody who gets in our way, and honestly, truly don't care who that is. Have no preference, no opinion on who comes next for us, because I know what he is able to do. I have so much faith in him, and I just think today showed everybody we've got this. I mean, it was incredible. Zach, you were incredible.
Zach, talk to me a little bit about this in terms of how you felt with your performance today. How did it feel to finally get your feet wet and compete?
That felt amazing. Round 1, it was a little rough. The challenge didn't go my way. I know indoors and moon. I wasn't even thinking about it in terms of that. So that was a fair challenge and a fair ruling.
I know it's a moon too.
But let me also just say, props to Adam Witt. That was a very hard-won battle. My heart is racing right now. Good game, sir.
Yeah.
But yeah, that felt great. Obviously, I'm happy with the outcome. I feel it was a solid first match. I'm feeling good.
Roxy, you got to be feeling, it's got to be a little interesting for you because, with Alex having lost the belt and now today's victory, you have to still be feeling pretty cautiously optimistic about your team's depth within the Star Wars division.
I really do. Here's what I'm foreseeing happening. Alex is going to win back his belt because it is his belt to have, and Zach is going to take the entire tournament. And then we'll see what happens from there. I feel like right now the stars have Star Wars on lock. And truthfully, with the two of them on our faction, I'm just feeling really, really good. That doesn't mean we're not studying our hearts out. That doesn't mean that we're feeling so cocky that we're not going to give it our all. But these two guys are incredible. And they never let up. And I'm just really impressed with what I've seen so far.
Roxy, I know you said that you didn't care who you guys face next, but we obviously, you will be facing either, Gold Leader versus Marie Wilson. Marie's from Dragon Con and Gold Leader is on the Exchange, who everyone wants to beat. Zach, do you have a preference in terms of which one of these competitors you like to face?
Yeah, so obviously, with Marie being a Dragon Con person, I want to see her do well, and I want her to succeed. But I want Gold Leader. I want to take him on myself
right now.
Yeah, he's been talking a lot of smack online on Facebook and stuff. I want to shut him up and shut him down.
I don't want to see Marie do well, and I don't want to see Gold Leader do well, and I don't want to see anybody who's not on the stars do well, quite frankly. I don't care.
Well, you have to play someone, Roxy. So.
Yeah, I know. Let them battle each other out. Let them stab at each other and show each other's weaknesses, and then we'll take whichever one. Zach's going to tear through either of them.
Roxy, let's talk a little bit about Damon DeMolanta, too. How is he feeling going into this?
Well, I think that we are seeing a little bit of a different Damon. I think that Damon has been a champion for so long that right now, even hearing the words from me during this match, as Christian said, our former champion, it doesn't sound right. It doesn't feel right. And so I think how Damon is feeling right now is, give me back my belt. Give me back my belt. It's my belt. My shelf needs it. I'm not planning on having it gone for long. So whatever we have to do to get that belt back is exactly what we're going to do. And DeMolanta, I feel, got extremely lucky beating Damon because there's maybe 1 in 100 times in which he could win that match, and he did it. Good for him. But
it could have gone on for like 60
there's not a second
more
time.
Points.
There's just not.
Well, congratulations, Zach, and obviously the Stars for picking up 3 points. And I'll see you guys in the next round.
Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.
All right, so there you see fired up Roxy Stryer, a fired up Zack Burkett. This was a big win for the Stars because tournaments, whether it's 8 people, 16, 32, they mean a lot to the faction because this particular tournament, where the teams tournament, we know that picks up again tomorrow, and the finals of that one, that's only 3 rounds. It's because you eventually get to a number 1 contender match. The winner of this tournament gets a title shot. So this is big. This is a 5-rounder for in the finals, unlike the teams, which is a 3-rounder in the finals. This is a big tournament, and especially big for new upcoming rookies such as the Attack.
That's right, Christian. I mean, you look at what we saw last year where it was someone who maybe wasn't quite the rookie, but proved themselves, and it upped their career into another echelon in the category of the Schmoedown. And so Burkett hopes to follow suit. But then you look at somebody like the Razor, who unfortunately is going to have to watch the rest of this tournament from the sidelines. But I look at him and I just don't see any fire going out anytime soon. That pilot light for competition in the category of cinematic know-how is always seemingly lit, and he doesn't take a lot to get him preheated and ready to get into battle.
All right, well, Jen Sturger is with the Razor and Kaiser in the circle. Here we go.
Jen, in 1969, Americans landed on the moon. They didn't land on a planet. Did Roxy go to school in a John Cougar Mellencamp music video? I mean, seriously. I'm going to say some nice things about Roxy.
Okay.
That's
I'll let you do that.
But not today.
Okay.
The important thing is we all learned something. This has been an educational match more than anything else. We've all learned something today, especially Roxy.
Jesus. Just when I think you're going to have some heart to this interview, I'm like, it's got to be a dig at Roxy. Here we go again, Witt. I feel like your season in general, or just your play in the Star Wars division in general, is just defined by the words "so close." You are always so close to that W, and you just can't quite get there, which is sad because honestly, when you look at your play, you've got to feel the same way. A hell of a round 1. Round 2 is where you struggle, and then round 3, you're like lights out. You play so well in round 3, which is honestly where most people struggle.
Round.
It's like, how are we going to get past that hump and get you into the first interview, quite frankly?
Well, the most important thing is that they keep putting me up against the hardest players in the game. I mean, I feel after my first appearance with Sean that they're like, you know what he should play? The hardest people in the match. I'm just happy that I didn't play Alex Damon today. That was very nice of them to not put me up against Alex Damon after Thomas Harper. Obviously, I played someone who was very difficult today, but I'm glad I gave him a run for his money. I'm here to help break these rookie in. I'm a very giving person, okay?
You are the Crash Davis of the Star Wars League at this point.
That is the quote of the year.
kidding. You ain't kidding.
Frankly, I just do these matches for the after show with you, Roxy. That's a great quote right there. The key is,
you call her
for
Roxy?
me, look, I'm a fan favorite, right? But I've never won a match. You know why? Because it doesn't matter. Nobody cares if I win. I'm just a pleasure to have around. In high school, I didn't drink or do drugs. I got invited to all the drinking and drugs parties. Why? I'm just fun to have around.
Coolest guy in the Schmoedown.
Yeah.
Hardest working man in the Schmoedown and in show business. Adam Witt.
Oh my God! You know, you've had these 2 Dragon Con players now. Would you give them your stamp of approval and say that these kids are legit?
Absolutely. Oh my God, they're going to give everybody so much trouble. What I really wanted was to face Harper again. I was like, if I got past this, and then I had some more time, to train and watch the movies all over again, then I could hopefully get to Harper because I wanted some plot line, but I don't get a plot line because I lost today.
Oh. So where do we go next, guys? I mean, obviously you're not going to be playing in the rest of the tournament. You're going to have to watch it from the sidelines. Is that just kind of recon for the next time, or what do we do here, Kaiser?
Well, Witt and I have a new job, and that's getting Hoey ready to play. That's getting Molly ready to play. See where Mara's at with Star Wars. So, our priorities shift, and I think anyone who knows anything about the dungeon knows that, Witt's my right-hand man, and I can't do anything without him in any division. So, look, these Dragon Con kids are unbelievable. And here's the thing:
they deserve to be here.
They do. And here's the thing: I like this Zach kid. I don't like his team. I think they're a bunch of hoodlums.
Yeah,
but he might. No, they're not. They're bad people. But he's a nice kid. So maybe I'll pull for him in this thing. But we got a 16-person tournament coming up, and you better believe the dungeon is coming for vengeance. All this does is motivate us to work harder and get better and get stronger every day, and the priorities shift. So yeah, we didn't go as far as we like it. I wanted Witt to play. The whole team wanted Witt to play. Win or lose, he was our guy. We want him to go out there, and the guy's getting better. Sure, Crash Davis still might get called up to the big league someday. You never know. You haven't seen the last of Adam Witt. The guy can play in multiple divisions. So,
but if you think Burkett Damon's going to go like this, or if you think that Harper's going to go like this, very wrong. This is the weakest Star Wars player in the dungeon, having a little fun, and I'm glad I got to play. But watch out for the other players that were drafted for Star Wars. I was drafted for moral support because I'm fun to have around. What can I say?
The greatest.
Well, you brought up vengeance. I wanted to ask you, Kaiser, you got a big match coming up with Mara. Kalinowski 3. Are we just excited for this rubber match? How is she preparing? Give me the scoop.
I think everyone knows that there's no bigger dicky-do in the league who I'd rather kick down a flight of stairs than Mike Kalinowski. Now, I won't do that because I want him in good shape when he goes against Mara and gets his tail kicked in, because Mara is not from this planet, okay? She lives up to her name,
she's a brown dwarf
she's
star.
from another universe. And, sadly, Kalinowski's going to find out the hard way, like he normally does when he faces the dungeon. So we know that the dungeon is his worst nightmare, and Mara's going to go out there and prove it.
Absolutely. Well, tough loss again today, Witt. You'll get him next time. I promise. I don't know when that's going to be.
It's a very silly thing we're doing.
But I'll see you guys again next time. All right?
All right, Jen.
Look forward
Back
to
to
it.
the desk.
Look, he's right. He is a lot of fun and always fun to watch. He's always exciting. He's always exciting. It's crazy. It is crazy to me because it's not one of these things like, okay, well, Adam Witt, that's going to be an easy win. He's never an easy win, but I am waiting for the day when I can say, and you're a winner to Adam Witt. I'm waiting for it because he deserves it. He's playing so well. It's never one of these things like, well, the guy just doesn't know his stuff. He knows his stuff. He really and in teams and in singles and in this, the luck's not there. However, we're talking about an attack that he suffered here, and it was Zack Burkett. It was a great match. It was a great match and a great debut. And Roxy's right. Even though he missed those first 2 questions in the first round, he played phenomenally. He played really great in both rounds 2 and in 3, and he stayed calm and he got it done. And now I really liked when Jen asked him, well, who do you want? He didn't hesitate. He wants gold leader. He respects Marie Wilson, and he likes the fact, but it's gold leader and the exchange. They have been yapping. They have been talking. And you fans are going to see that and so much more coming up here, because that's just today. Tomorrow, we got the teams tournament. You talk about corruption, deception. Adam Collins and Marisol McKee take on the Stars. They are right back at it again. Janine the Machine and Jacoby Bancroft, Blackjack. They make their Schmoedown teams debut. And on Friday, the team of Ben Bateman and Dan Merle, Danger Zone, goes up against the midterms, Jonathan Harris and Eric Zipper.
It was a mouthful, Christian, but the bottom line is this. The Schmoedown, hell of a match today. Almost went to overtime, sudden death, and I don't think that's the last time that we're going to be threatened with that prospect in this tournament. But the Schmoedown in all divisions, the entire league, it just keeps on chugling. Match after match, player after player, team after team, manager after manager. And then you got us too, trying to control as much of the chaos as we can. But that's part of what makes the movie Trivia Schmoedown great, is the personality of a Witt, the knowledge of a Burkett, and boy, was that on display today.
It really was. And this whole tournament, last year, Star Wars was the tournament that ultimately proved that the Schmoedown could work digitally, and everyone from Dimilon to obviously Andres Ace Cabrera, Laura Kelly, Scrimshaw, everybody, Adam Witt, Molly Demon, everyone who played in that tournament last year, they showed, no, the competition in digital, it can get fierce, it can get competitive, and it really built the Star Wars division again. And it's happening again. You look at what happened. This is the first match in the first round. There's so much more to come, because we have here is the full bracket right now. There you go. You see everything what's going on. You can also always check the bracket on the schmoedownlive.com, but we are just getting started. All right, Mark, that is it. That's the tournament. That's the beginning. Thank you to Jen Sturger. Thank you to our great team over at Skybound. Thank you to Kaiser and Roxy and Zach, and of course, Adam Witt. And to you, partner, as always, we'll see you next time.
Well, it was a tough match for both Adam Witt and for myself, as a matter of fact. But again, just like Adam Witt said, he's always put up against the best. And I said that up top. I was hoping he would pull off a win, but unfortunately, like I said, it didn't happen today. And yeah, more points for the Stars. I mean, it's not like the dungeon needed the points at this point, right? I mean, they're in the lead by so far ahead out of everybody. They didn't really need the win too much, but the Stars definitely did. And I'm happy for Roxy for pulling off this win. I only got 7 questions right. 9. But here's the thing. Some of those, I knew the answer, I just didn't word it correctly. Like with the BB unit, the Imperial BB unit. I said BB9A, not BB9E, despite the fact that I actually have the little Lego figure of it right over there. The name is written on the box, and I just didn't look at it hard enough. The Hammerhead Corvette, I knew it was a Hammerhead ship, and Admiral Radis even says it in the movie. I don't think he called it a Corvette. Maybe I could have gotten myself another point and bring it up to 10, but just by saying Hammerhead, because they asked for the nickname of the ship, the common name. They didn't specify that it needed to be a Corvette, but I don't know. But yeah, it all just comes down to rewatching the movies. Like I mentioned, I only saw Rise of Skywalker twice, over 2 years ago, I think. And it's not that I didn't like the movie. I liked the movie. It just didn't really stuck with me too much. And the newer movies are always, and I argue with this with so many people. Some people say that it's harder to remember the older movies because it's been so long since they came out. I say the opposite. I always say just that the fact that they were older movies means that you could have watched them more time. And certainly for myself, I've watched and rewatched those movies multiple times. The newer ones, I watch them only in their theatrical runs. So, yeah, but I mean, you can argue left and right on these things. Anyways, 9 points for me in a Star Wars match. Disappointing, but I understand why. Anyways, that's it for me for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed seeing me react to this match, and hopefully I can have some time later down the week to watch the teams matches, and yeah. See you guys some other time. Schmoedown! Hello again, everybody! I really hope you enjoyed this video, cause I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.